I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everybody. All three commissioners are here and Miranda, and if you're gonna be on Zoom, you have to be on video. So we'll go ahead and move ahead on the board minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes from March 25th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor? Correspondence. The first one we just got, it's in from, Johnson Tuning Fork Ranch. And it's on the Surface Transportation Board and it's from Chuck Johnson. I haven't had time to look this over yet. But, he was gonna have Linda look at it and Blaine look at it. This is that, on that trails stuff, but I haven't looked at it yet, so.
Yeah, that was that the same one that was,
Yeah, yes.
yeah.
So you read the email?
And I sent it
Yeah.
to Blaine and Linda yesterday.
Yeah.
I guess when Blaine comes down, we can ask him that, if they wanna send it on, and I mentioned to Chuck to get a group together so they can pretty much do this on their own too, to pass it on to who they
So-
need to.
What I understood it was just informative and naturally it's the homeowners or if it's,
Well, yeah, it's on the ones that they're abandoned the rail
yeah.
down there, now they're not kinda worried who's
Their
gonna get it,
concerns.
who's
So,
liable.
If they have concerns, can they say, we don't feel you should abandon it? Because
Well,
they
they-
have concerns?
That's what they're pretty much saying, but, they can't get no response back from Mr. Roscoe. But he did get response back from the engineer, but he only answered so many questions, because he's not the one in charge, so. My personal opinion, they just need to get their own little group and then go. Find out really what's going on there, because they were saying now that they're gonna abandon it, well, we don't know, we're,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
kinda left it in their court, cause it's pretty much up to them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause MRL asked us if we wanted it and we declined, so that's their fight with MRL.
So that's that on that, I guess we can see if we need to put it back on or, but I haven't even read it yet.
So probably, well, I'm sure Blaine has read it, have him maybe advise on it, whether,
And when he-
my personal opinion is, I think what he sent us was informative and it would be up to that group as a group to, if they have to take it to court, take MRL to court.
Yeah.
To not abandon it or else give it to them.
Yeah. I agree, so I guess we'll just see what Blaine has to say and then see if he wants to put it on, or put it on, we'll just wait.
Okay.
The next one's from Ben Grass and it's on, Kentler Classic 2025. They did this last year. This is on that bicycle race team. Remember, they want us to play and do all this and.
Well, it's not saying that we wouldn't let them still have their run. I
It
mean,
was always, we put it back on DOT because it was on their highway except for on the one stretch, and then they were mad because we did play it and it was loose, and I mean, if it's gonna become a big deal on that liability. Cause they're pretty much saying, well, people could wrap, maybe they should just stay on the highway.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, it ended up in a big old.
Well, they're gonna have, the only reason I'm say this is they're gonna have their own insurance. And if we say, yeah, you can run on it, but we're not going to get it perfect for you to ride over it. I can't see why they couldn't ride over the gravel road.
I agree, and it said that they're still, I'll get back in touch, once we have applied for the MTDOT permits, but I haven't got nothing yet, 'cause there was some conflicts with that or something, so. Guess what, no sense of putting it on until they get.
Right.
Get back to us.
Right.
Next one's a memorandum of understanding between the Department of Justice, Motor Vehicle Division, and Grant County Treasurer, interlocal agreement. Must be kind of what she was talking about this morning. I guess she,
Yeah, I kind of read this, did you read this?
A little bit of it, yeah.
It just sounds like it's an annual thing or something, or maybe with their new system, we have to sign a new agreement with them.
Yeah,
that'd be up to Ashley and there.
that's right.
It goes through.
Yeah, there's a lot of this I didn't quite
Yeah.
understand, and I could even ask her.
Next one from Deb Robinson, and it's a student prevention health fair. And it's a public health department holding there on April 28th. Just giving us at Billsford School from 9-11 and Drummond from 1 to 3. They got vendors and stuff coming in and you walk around there. It's pretty interesting. I went last, it's the same thing I went to last year at Community Hall. It's pretty interesting,
Yeah.
some of the stuff.
Well, it's kind of like a career fair too, in part with the health deal, right? Cause like job corps coming.
The next one's from Bonnie, I don't know, Canal, and it's on, Montana County's organization on the Mako property appraisals, report is high. Just saying that they need to get a hold of whoever's in charge of each appropriate, need to have access to both the interior and exterior of the sites that they're assigned to.
So how often do they do appraisals on the property?
I thought they just got done doing one for the whole state.
The state or
And they
the,
just do it like, was it 22? You kind of went through and did all that. Was that just for them to come in, like, look at the county shops and?
Yeah,
so
for
the
insurance or
appraise the
anything?
buildings that are insured.
Yeah.
who should I put on there then, Paul, and
And I guess it's
Well,
blank,
yeah, I
I
think
think we gotta fill it out.
in that situation, they'd probably just send it to the commission when they're finished. I mean, that's just the normal procedure. I wouldn't think any other department heads would have any reason to have that.
And then like, or you have to have like someone look at the house and hall
Yeah.
too and all that and the ambulance
Yeah.
shed and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right?
The next one is application for volunteer boards, and it's for the Granite County Tax Appeal Board, and it's Dan Lucas. Probably have to put this on the agenda, right, or can we accept it, being it's an opening?
Yeah, he's already been on that.
board?
Is he on it already? And I don't see how we have to put it on the agenda. I
I
think
just accept his
just
re-app.
accept it because he's already on it.
What board was this?
Tax
The
appeal.
tax appeal board.
And that's it for correspondence, any public comment?
And that's the board that if anybody wants to protest their taxes.
Right.
All right, we'll go ahead and move into the public comment. Any public comment? Time. Over, couple of them can still do. They should get better.
Okay, the only thing with this and with their regular routes. What if like we're putting this in the system and we don't know what the regular route is when they say regular route?
Yeah, you know, we talked about that, they could just write it down, even when they say just one spot there, and it's, you know, they could go. If they headed up east or whatever,
Right,
just,
or Mullen Road or.
yeah. Most of them are pretty good, it's just. Any public comment?
Well, 160 ended at the blade. They must start blading up Middle Fork.
Yeah, they were gonna start hitting, they put them Ripper Parkways, I forget what.
Oh, the carbides?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I drove off the, a friend of mine went out to help, and I went up to Dunkelberg, and that's east of Drummond, and drove up there. And it was dusty, but now it's, you know, I know it rains there, and if they would have, might have probably been 3 inches deep. But, and I brought it up with all of you about you taking you for a ride. I did. Yes, needs a sort of, you know.
All he has to tell me is what time and when, and I'll be there.
Make sure.
It's not up to me to tell him, because I don't know what his schedule is.
We'll just make sure when he comes in, and we'll bring it up. I brought it up
Yeah.
to you, so. I just think he needs it, you know, especially back in here, you know, there's a lot, you know, that happened that it's in your district, but.
I still have to put some time in now, because I said that I'd separate those by employee, and it'd be easier to look at it. I committed myself. But I haven't done it yet, but I'll get on it. I'll pick a day where I'm sit down and sort it.
Morning. Howdy. Any public comment? Winter again. Yeah. Okay, I tried calling you back, but then I got a phone with. You know. Yeah. Paul Town sent being a public comment, Blaine just sent it to me that Paul Town was saying my thoughts is to go to 20 CFs until water starts to go down again, which it probably won't. I just pass that on to public comment, so. Just, that's it, when the dam comes up. I know they've gotten some of that stuff all, but it's just redoing everything, we're going through a whole new system, so. Yeah.
So she might want to make a public comment.
You have any public comment, man?
Not really.
Okay. You know Paul, the new commissioner?
Not yet.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
That's Amanda Bush, she with tobacco and stuff. sitting out the free stuff that Jackie was handing out when they did CPR, so I just brought it in here. And I don't know if somebody forgot it. Do you need it in your truck? Well, pretty nice. It's kind of a little. You have to stay out overnight or something. Pretty might have water and food, whistle.
Great whistle.
No, blow it. Get some moisture now, boy, it rained last night, didn't it? Man. Kinsey told me this morning that the lightning and thunder out there, therefore, fast.
Jesus.
The snow.
It just came down sleet, slosh, basically.
I will be downstairs till around 4 if you guys need any tobacco education stuff.
Okay, all right, thank you.
This is March 25th. First case.
Put it in that.
No, we should, I looked at it this morning and it said April 1st. And now it's saying March 27th. Maybe I'll go back out and try to get back in. And it was up more from me, 7 something inches below.
This is one. It really came up with. Because it come up to 40%, or an inch now.
Yeah, I think last week was a quarter inch and then it's 3/4.
Must have got the wrong date on this one. Well, it says, 64/28 for April 1st, 2025. Did I stamp it on?
Let me look again.
And it says 8.
Well, mine was right, I was just on there and mine was showing.
This was from March 25th through April 3rd. So it is today.
That's last week's, right?
It's from last
From
week.
last week to this week.
What is it, the one I'm printing?
Yeah, it's 6428.83.
Oh, it's come up from one saying 7 o'clock.
So at 8:15, 6428.83. When I looked at it, it was 6428.84.
Now, and at 7 o'clock, it was 6428.83. So it's come up some more. So I guess when we get in there, we can maybe.
So it's not 8 something, it was 7 something.
Yeah.
By my calculations.
Or just change it once we get in there. Or can you print off another one then? Just see-
Yeah,
Just to see
I've
what
got calculator here.
lakes.
Okay. Just let me look.
yeah, I got 6428.83 at 8:15.
Counterpillar reservoir, so.
Oh, I got money. Then we're gonna hear nothing but.
Yeah, already the ground's taking water now, we're filling, so.
6428.
There's quite a bit of ice still too. There's quite a bit of ice on it too.
Yeah.
8.04.
Yeah, I'm getting that same.
3.04.
You guys are confusing me.
Well, it was 792 or something this morning when it said 84. I swear,
Swear.
but that was very
Yeah,
early this morning.
I checked it at probably 8, yeah, 8:10, 8:15,
Yeah,
so.
Is there any public comment? Being none, we'll go ahead and, a couple of minutes early, but we'll go ahead in the weekly report with all solid waste and the bridge.
Well, as it is right now, we've got some people throwing rocks off the roads and everybody else is just shop maintenance and stuff. There's just a bunch you can get down in the weather, obviously. And, I mean, we're ready to start blading, but every time you get going, you just can't go. But there's a lot of frost heaves coming out of right down by Rock Creek and stuff, so that this stuff ought to pull, the rest of that stuff out. And next week is supposed to be in the 60s, so we should be able to be going right along pretty good. Stop calling from on that subject.
I see Johnny without middle fork, or you bladed a little bit out there
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah. He just brought his blade back in, wanted to do that time, get to redo the wheel bearings and stuff on this walk and roll,
Mhm.
and got some computer issues with it. Just, you can adjust the mountboard, you know, for your speed, and so if he's got it on normal, just say or whatever, it'll jump to slow or jump to high, but it's just all on the screen there, so
Right.
it'll get that fixed. And they have to do a lot of that stuff, you know, right from the office.
Yeah, just Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Did you ever hear more in the truck?
they're working on it. So they had most all the stuff there, but it was just so far back in line, you know. But I expect it'll be down within 2 weeks.
We're still holding the check.
Yeah. And we'll get that done, until we get it home, you know, when you can pull the sander out of it. Cause you can't really see all, you know, put the sander over. I'm 100% sure it's fine, but we want to be able to lift it out. And make sure it's all good before we sign off on it. But other than that, at least it'll be here for mag season, and that's for mag truck.
Oh, okay.
It's just slow, anytime you take anything, any of these shops, they're all so short-handed. You know, you just can't, and then they're switching. You know, people work at Kenworth, or next time you go in there, transport equipment, or they're just job hopping. It's crazy, there's just not enough people that are working. But
Anything at solid waste, you know,
it's all quiet, it'll start picking up probably middle of this month.
something that we need to talk about solid waste, but I don't know if I can bring their name up. On these people that haven't paid taxes or yourself, their dump thing, how do we just tax them on that? They haven't paid for like 3 years, and they're way over now?
So doesn't Scott have?
He brought it to my attention, but he brought it to my attention, maybe we'll go after this. We get a couple of minutes, Scott brought it to my attention, and maybe we'll go
Scott did.
into session, so I'm not bringing up somebody's name.
So he should come in
Yeah.
and get up there.
Morning.
Good morning.
One more, Blaine.
And then we got a bunch of pre-trip books for equipment and trucks that will be in today. So I'll bring those up tomorrow. You know, they're a double copy, so like the yellow copy, the back copy will stay with the book in the equipment, and then the white copy, you can put it somewhere in the shop or whatever, like once a week or every 2 weeks. We can bring them in and get them on file up here for just liability reasons.
Yeah,
But I think they showed they'll be in tonight, hopefully, so I'll bring them in tomorrow morning and drop them off in here,
all right,
let you know. But I was trying to find one that would work for just both equipment and, truck, but I couldn't find anything, so there's 2 separate ones, one for equipment, one for truck, so.
yeah, not a big deal. So I'm in every couple of weeks, or bring them in once a month at a time.
I just, if they're coming up here every Tuesday, just bring them every 2 weeks, and that way,
But,
then we can get started on this, and, cause if we wait a month, then we're gonna be, yeah, I just, maybe, once you get them, bring them up to the first, every week there, just so we can get them put in here, get them done right, and then that way we can move on, then we can go to 2 weeks, and then a month, but just to keep ourselves and you and the crew, just everybody. You know,
it'll be a week behind.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
like this week or whatever, you bring in next week or whatever.
Right.
I think that's first, we better just have them every week until we get everything,
I
we
think-
get our own stuff set up, and then.
Yeah.
You can just bring them in, you know, when you come in on Tuesdays, drop them off, and we can start putting them in each category. It's just, everything's changing, we're just updating just making it better for everybody.
Yeah.
That's about, yeah, that's all I know on that.
Well, I did talk to a lot of people over them dust pods and oil and that type of stuff at Makers, and I'll tell you that between the dust pods and the mag chloride, they're like a pair of tennis shoes. Either people like them or they hate it. And like example, up by Kalispell, they're putting $665,000 worth of mag on their road this year. That's a big budget.
Yeah.
But they just they don't care for them dust pods. And then the next guy you talk to says they like them if they're like, AJ with that reclaimer. They got it finally figured out how much to use, and they said it works pretty good. I thought that they had ground up asphalt, to reclaim asphalt, but they didn't. They ground it up and made it the road gravel that was asphalt. And there's a lot of counties are doing that right now. And people aren't very happy about it. But it's because there's no money. And the roads are so damn shitty that they're using that reclaimer and grinding them up and just making a good dirt road out of them again.
Yeah.
You
Do
know?
the best with the money you got, basically. Huh?
Yeah. And they're very expensive machine, but in the next 6 weeks or so, Caterpillar hopefully Caterpillar's gonna bring one up with a command and we'll pick a road and they'll demo one out for us.
For the dust pods.
But the reclaimer. Just
So don't you put the dust pods in the reclaimer stuff?
if that's what you choose to use. If
Or would you put mag chloride in with the reclaimer stuff?
we would mag it after it was all done. And that's another thing he told me, that even on the dust pods, if your road isn't all shaped and ready, done and ready for traffic, the dust pods won't work. It just dissipates into the rough material.
That's what I was wondering, how well if it holds up and seals up like Meg does, or.
Yeah,
What's a dust pod?
it's a replacement for mag chloride.
It's just a little like.
Ryan just brought it to our attention, she went over there and talked to him.
And what's
that's
it
what
look
we're
like?
calling
It's a.
This comes in buckets or bags or whatever, you dump it in water. I can't remember how many pounds per 1,000 gallons of water I got it wrote down, but
So it adds basically some base to the road, or what's the thought? Or
just dust.
It's supposed to
just dust
bind
control?
it.
Oh, okay,
when
just
you-
dust control.
The dust pods bind it, from what I understand. And so you talk with that AJ,
Yeah,
and they do it, and that's Big Horn County. Correct?
yeah,
And they've done a lot of that, right?
they have. Yeah, they haven't done any asphalt, it's where you're making the road asphalt again. But Ellie said some of that stuff, that one problem with it is, with that reclaimer, is just say you got a 5-inch rock, for example. It doesn't grind the rock. It'll bust it, and it might bust it in half, or it might bust it in 3 pieces.
It's sharp.
But it doesn't grind it, and that's an issue.
Yeah, a lot of our roads have them down to the rock.
I mean, you don't wanna be driving on, what that would be like.
Yeah,
But he says that they've tried it out going a foot deep. And I think that have humongous horsepower, but he said they can cut it a foot deep, but you can do that. It all depends on what your road is. Is it solid rock? Is it solid sand and rock, mixed or
right.
whatever, so. But now they make the new ones will grind them as well. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to see, if we get them up here and try one out on the road, even a half a mile or whatever.
Yeah.
Pick up the lakeshore.
It just wouldn't do any good up there because there's no material. There's
Yeah, you're-
no funny crap,
All right, okay.
But
He wasn't gonna gamble, but he isn't
I think when we demo it, and the guy that's coming is also gonna be their asphalt guy. So my plan is to look at that road by drone, that half mile
Yeah.
road, and
The
rodeo ground road.
So would they do the whole half mile, do you think?
I think that's my goal.
That'd be
But the
something.
county would have to come up with. I'll meet with the asphalt guy first, and then we'll figure out what it would cost for the rejuvenant and all that stuff, if they ground it up, and then we could roll that and make that a better road. See what that would cost if they came up and down.
South Main.
You know, by the rodeo ground, so that's,
It's like so this will just chew up all the asphalt, put it into the gravel?
no, just chew it up and rejuvenate it. So just grind the asphalt itself, don't
Okay,
get into the gravel,
alright,
and bust it all up into new, and then you put oil in with it.
so it's just like, it's like using millings again, right?
Yep,
But you're using the product that's already there, right?
yep,
So,
so you
it-
gotta add oil and stuff to it.
Yeah.
So.
and that's,
Move it all back together.
and that's done with the reclaimer.
Yeah,
So when he comes up, I wanna come watch that,
yeah, and we'll have plenty of heads up, like I say, it could be 2 months,
yeah.
but it'll be. I mean, half a mile isn't gonna take very long to do. So,
But that'd be a good spot.
and it's so bad,
Yeah, it is really bad.
yeah,
We just keep fixing holes.
Yeah, it's horrible to drive over.
yeah.
Then you have a press behind it, press it down, or how does that work?
I've never been around them thing, I assume you gotta roll it.
Yeah,
Somebody's gotta push them
Like,
down.
I think
yeah.
it's a whole process, the reclaimer goes in and then maybe they do the roller or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure that roll, because,
Yeah,
you know,
You gotta blade it too, you think, and then roll it, like if you wanna put your crown on?
you would,
Like if you want to keep your crown on there, like, you know how that reclaimer comes through, you gotta come in with the blade still, so move it a little bit and then roll it. Wonder how
you
that-
know, on the video stuff, you can see it's kind of laying it out,
Okay.
but
Huh.
You know,
Okay,
you're-
see.
your, pictures can do anything.
Yeah.
You don't really know how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
stuff's been behind it, but it's a pretty interesting deal, huh? It's, and they rent it as well, you know, they'll come and demo it and they also rent it.
yeah,
And this guy that's coming is from Idaho, he's their main asphalt guy. So that's what we're looking for, it's cool,
That's good.
It's cat?
yeah. Well, because when you're talking to John Deere and your cat rep spots you and everything you have is cat, you get moved a different direction. And especially when they'll come and demo for an offer. You know, so.
It'd be awesome. That road needs it so bad.
good job.
That's where we are with that.
Is there anything else on the road, bridge or solid waste?
Can't go off.
Did you want Scott to come in here?
Yeah, can we go on a closed matter? I don't wanna bring up
Yep,
something.
your decision, yeah.
It's to do with solid waste.
Personnel matter, closing.
Okay, I'm gonna close it,
Okay.
first one. All right, we're back on now. We're done with the personnel thing. Anything else, any public comment on the road and bridge and solid waste? All right, well, we'll go ahead and move ahead to the dam tickers report. We're 2 minutes behind, but thanks.
Yeah. I'll come back for the opening of that.
Oh, ground one. All right,
See ya.
so, as of right now, it's 6428.83, 8.04 below full pool, and that's at 15. What's your recommendation?
I motion to move it to 20 CFS
Have a second?
for a week.
I'll second it.
Public comment. Oh, go ahead, Blaine.
So what are inflows? Cause right now we have you can match, outflows with inflows. So if inflows are 20, I would just say keep with that
Yeah,
temporary modification as well.
Well, we was at 8.76 last week, and then now we're at 8.04.
No, the inflows from,
Yeah, it's
So
kinda, so you kinda, I just always based off of just what's obviously the inflows.
What were the releases?
15,
15 for the
And it
last
went up.
3/4.
or near an inch.
So yeah, I think, I'd encourage just to keep the outflows matching the inflows and, I think that allows you 20 right now.
So that 8.04 is considered inflow,
What's that?
that. Is that considered inflow?
Well, I can
From-
always look at to see every week to see, so obviously the inflows are matching and going a little higher than what we're actually letting out. Even kind of, that's the way I've always rated it. I don't know how they,
I didn't know that.
cause you start looking at, if it gained 3/4 of an inch, obviously our inflows are coming more than what's going out.
So I'll motion for 20 CFS to see if that's for a week, to see if that's matching inflows.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brad.
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that sounds appropriate. Yeah, and we approved it last week, so I imagine we'll approve it this time. But yeah, that sounds good. Lake levels did go up, like you said, so obviously inflows are a little higher than 15.
So you're
So
gonna
it
be in
seems like
favor,
20 would probably match it.
you're gonna be in favor for 20 then?
I will be, and I'm assuming Pat and the others will be. Yeah, we'll run it by them quick, but yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get it to them right away so we can get a hold of Paul and get it turned off. It's snowing and raining here right now again. We're gonna get some more moisture. It's gonna keep gaining. We're gonna fill.
Yeah,
Al?
I think by matching inflows, you will. Yeah.
Does Alex have anything to say? Got his hand
Good morning, everyone. No, I have nothing else to comment on. Of course, I agree with Brad's recommendation, and that should be sufficient. And like Brad mentioned, we'll have a chat with Pat Saffel and Adam Strainer and Stephen Begley, and I don't suspect us denying the modification.
And I forgot to tell you, we went to, when we were having you on Zoom, you gotta have your facial so we know who you're talking to. I said it early this morning. I don't think you were on or heard it. Sorry about
Video.
that. Video.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine. I should have said it when I asked you. Any other comments? I don't know who Peter Brown is.
Probably leave a homeowner.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion been carried and passed. Thank you.
I'll send the email out.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Brad.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Do you move up, can you move up like for ECFS, or is it just by 5 increments?
We just go by 5, it's easier, but no, we've gone a couple.
Just a couple.
Yeah, just for the inflows and outflows, if we see what, I always just look at and see how much is gain or how much is drop, and then you could drop kind of, just read and look at the flow chart.
Yeah.
I don't know, it seems like we're
Yeah,
done.
daily looking at it is the best.
So as soon as we hear from them, maybe you guys give Paul Town a call.
Yeah.
And his recommendation was to go to 22, so he's.
Then we automatically drop. We're not doing it, or if we're losing ground, then we can.
My guess is gonna stay.
I think so. If not, even keep climbing.
Yeah.
I think there's, and then Silver Lake, it's getting up there too, so it's gonna be pushing into them, feeding them other little creeks and stuff and pushes through.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, we're a couple minutes behind still, but, we're going to the congressional directed spending application 2 for the fiscal year 2026. And this is that stuff that we were supposed to try to get in by Friday, but then we got time on this. Have you had much luck on this?
We have till the 4th. I have an email from Jeremiah's gone, Justin, and he's getting back to me with the road and bridge stuff that he knows, or the bridge and dam, excuse me. So he's gonna kind of help me
Okay, do
walk
we
through this.
still have to get them letters, right? So
I have 2.
you got 2?
I have 2 of 5.
So Amanda's been working on this hard. We got out the model letter to get people maybe a reminder and see if they.
Yeah, I got both the towns got us a letter.
Good.
So that was good.
Who
but
else
We
did
need
we
3 more.
send to?
all the
All the
agencies, like
agencies.
Forest Service.
DNRC, Forest Service, US Fish and Wildlife
I should
Service.
ask Brad, talk that Ellis, when we had him on our about it.
We sent it to, I think to Pat, right?
Pat, yep.
Maybe we can touch
FWP.
bases with him again, Miranda.
Send it to who?
We sent it to Pat Saffel with FWP, he's, Brad Lerman's boss, I'm not sure, he's a regional.
Yeah, and he said that they take a little bit to get back on that kind of stuff, so I don't know.
That's why I didn't know if it went better to get it to Alex, being he's an attorney or whatever, cause it seems like we have a little better, I mean, it gotta go to him, he's
Yeah.
gotta look it over, so if we just bypass the
I'll,
middleman.
Okay, so question,
Before
do
the
we
tomato.
have to have, now, are we trying for
Email
road,
to
bridge,
place.
and the dam?
Bridges for what, 300
Bridges for 300.
K, and then the dam for 750.
It's
Is that what we
750.
came up with
Yep.
last week?
Yeah,
Cause
Okay. So we
Jeremiah-
have figures that we're
Yeah.
asking for.
Jeremiah said that, the comprehensive assessment, the part 12D could be up to 300,000, but you look at, that's just, I think, the base number, and then they come back and have you do more, so.
Yeah.
right.
Asking for
Yeah.
high is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
know.
I'll loop you in on these
And
emails
Keith
I
can
have.
keep
Wayne.
me posted on it, I just wanna make sure that we follow through and hit these other people that, you know.
One thing I'd encourage you to do is give Miranda, authorization to sign them once you reviewed them, so you don't have to come in if you do that by motion.
Yeah, so do Friday, so.
I motion to give Miranda authorization to sign.
I'll second it.
Public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And so we gotta send like just one of these in for the dam, right? And then with our two bridges, we gotta send separate, I mean, they all gotta be separate for each project, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot more to it than, you know, just signing the thing.
So you buy letters just for each.
We did the
project.
generic, the template was for both projects, so the letter could be used for both as the word.
Okay. Well, good job, you know, it's kind of a last minute deal and we just, Mako was sitting on it, so.
Yeah, I'm glad we got an extension.
At least it's, trying.
I wonder if they should send them a letter, see if they support it.
Yeah,
Mako.
the
I
Jason
mean, that's
Riddle.
what we have them for. I mean, I think if we get more out, if we get more than 5, awesome, but I just, you know, we're just kind of squeezing, trying to get it done,
Yeah.
so.
What happens if we don't get all the letters back in time? Can we still submit this with letters
It's
coming in
pretty-
or?
It's pretty much saying no.
Okay.
I
I
don't
think it could be like a business too?
I think, I
So
think
maybe
it could be.
if we talk to some businesses and say, hey, we come in and maybe just come in and talk to Miranda and print it for
I was
them.
thinking like Ranch at Rock Creek.
Yeah.
or Bridges.
I don't know if you have.
Yeah, cause they were really
connections.
worried about.
I have
Mako.
Jim's
Should
number.
get their
Okay, yeah.
support.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
What one?
Ranch.
Yeah,
Mako.
Ranch,
Yeah.
yep, that's what I was
For the
thinking.
bridge.
Get
Uh,
them, I'm trying to think who else.
how about Moose Lake, or, businesses up that way?
I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know what is going on at the,
What about the
Well,
guy that's
smart
building
launch.
and doing a bunch of stuff, or even like Mungus is and that, cause I mean, they, you
Yeah,
know, they're building that stuff in there and that other guy that bought, I don't know who he is.
who's the
Samsung?
contact?
No.
Oh, Dave
Bob
Sampson.
Ranch.
Samsung?
Oh,
Samsung.
Samson's.
It's
I mean, just stuff
I might
like
have
that, even-
Yeah.
Samsung.
I guess the more we get out, the better off they're gonna be, just get down,
Samsung.
did we hear from Cameron?
I think he owns half town now.
No, but I sent it. I only heard back from these three, Fish, FWP, but I don't know if they're gonna give us one.
If we,
There's
yeah,
his,
I
the
guess
golf
we just
site there.
try again, Miranda, I mean, we're trying the best we can, it's just a short time.
It is
Couple more days, we're in.
What's our deadline, new deadline?
Friday.
Friday.
Okay,
We just email it in, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Just scan them.
and then I gotta make it a PDF.
There's Dave Sampson.
so
We
we're
just
just
need
waiting
another
for,
fee. Out of Anaconda.
We sent it to their info person, yeah, didn't hear back.
Nope.
Maybe we could send it directly to
Who is
the
that?
person in Anaconda. But usually that info person is good at, cause they're the ones that send the info.
well, hello there.
Yeah, did Ben come on?
Trying to think of other people who might, get it in quick, but. Keep trying.
Yeah, I'll try to manage.
Discovery,
Oh, yeah, disco. Yeah,
C-shape, we got his
yeah,
number.
okay.
He was get back relatively quick, I think.
Yeah, I think you would.
That's if anybody can think of any,
I have his
call them.
email
see if
too.
they can get on board.
Yeah, C-shapes.
Yeah.
I thought Matt's mapping, would they be someone that,
Yeah.
Matt's mapping, you could probably just call him and say,
Yeah.
hey, sign this letter, get it back to me. Or we're not gonna do
He'd be-
business.
Yeah,
Be-
silence now.
Yeah,
Cause that would be kind of a good one, because
Yeah.
he does,
The mapping of everything.
Yeah.
yeah, he's respected and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but everything's good until we're up and ready to go, just waiting for the letters.
Yeah, and the downfall of this is it's a website, it's not a PDF, so I can't fill it in what I know and then
Yeah.
go back to it. I have to do it all at once.
Oh.
So
Fun.
there's that.
Yeah,
But I'm waiting to hear back from Justin and kind of get his responses. He has a couple questions for us, but I'll loop Lane in on that email and
get it up, thanks. man.
and thank you guys for the help, because I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know all of it.
It's a last minute thing, it's tough.
Yeah.
I think hopefully more of those agencies will get that, but maybe
Yeah.
a reminder emails like.
Yeah. I'll send a push after this.
Alrighty, we'll go. Any other public comment on this? Being none, we'll go ahead into the bid openings of gravel and annual trucking. Discussion and decisions with awarding of bids without. 4 bids. Oh, this thing,
Or trucking bids.
gravel.
I think
Oh,
gravel.
okay,
Don't know if we got any trucking. Unless they're comboed up.
maybe so.
you need to learn how to do that.
Somebody glued it shut.
On there, I'm gonna ask you.
It took
Here.
Seal to the next level.
That one was easy. Now watch. Put it in here. See?
They do eat.
Okay. Put it in here. Okay.
The first one's from Bob Weaver Construction. It's a gravel bid at 10,000 yards, 3/4 gravel at $12 per yard.
$12 per yard.
So it comes to 120,000.
Stapler. Get stapler too. Thank you.
Next one's from Graney Trucking out of, Drummond. And it's a 1 truck and trailer. Unit price is 145, belly dump, hauls 18 yards. We just been on the trucking of it.
So it's only one belly dump? Yeah.
Well, this is just prepping.
The next one's from T3 Rock Products, Chris Terrio. This is it. Price for 3/4 minus crushed gravel per yard is a 13.39. Not that Henderson correct. Next one from 348 Gravel Company. Out of Phillipsburg, and it's at 13.50 per yard. Is that Doug's out here?
Yeah.
They get them mixed up on food. That's all we have.
They usually get more of the trucking one.
I
Be
think-
busy, huh?
Well, but you know, and then we spent quite a bit of work. But yeah, and other people are already bid and stuff and,
Yeah.
so. I guess we accept the bid and if we look to see like in the lower valley, there's only one bid for the lower part. Is Bob Weaver and the other ones are up here is, then we got Henderson and. Do we accept their bids and then to figure out where we're gonna take stuff then? So, is that kind of the way we set it up?
But we did not, but we've always done. You know, it's got a preliminary road chart that you've turned in already.
Yeah,
It said up to 15,000, so you're, okay.
and then, you know, like we set up through there, doesn't mean that we're just gonna split it to middle, it's, you know, we're gonna take, you know, we could take more down there, it's just what, once we get the road lined out, once it's weather breaks, then we're gonna see where after we're gonna start going with it. But the lower valley could end up with 10,000 or better down there. Cause we put over 15 just out of middle out here and then plus the others, so I mean,
Yeah, we've been skating on the lower valley for a while. It's time to put some down there.
there any comments on these?
So you're wanting to basically table the acceptance, so you know exactly your percentages, or? You can accept the trucking one, for sure.
So
Yeah, since it's the only one.
then what on the, because Weaver did 12 and Ontario did 3.9 and out here did 5.0.
3 by, yeah, 1350, so it's kind of just going right up the draw, I guess then do we look to see what we get down there and then we kind of hit Henderson, cause we got to finish that one little piece of Henderson, then up here, and then what's left, then we go to Doug's bid, so do we accept all the bids, and that's the way we're gonna work it up? Otherwise, it's gonna cost us so much to bring it there that.
Right. Yeah, you just need to know the percentage, if you know that today, then you can do it, but if not, table it for a week or two.
That's the way.
Yeah, I mean, we have a paper here they gave you for the. Fire, you know.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, printed off some more than I know it's here, so.
So which would be coming from down there.
The elevator guys.
What? New Jersey?
No, I don't care about it.
And I do too much cleaning. Did I file too much?
Did you take my paperwork?
I'm taking, this is mine.
Somebody took mine.
You gotta understand his filing system.
Original, but I haven't filed yet.
I had it wrote down because then we marked on
You
there.
can still share.
I think Miranda's been over here in the fence.
It's right there,
Oh,
the original.
Lower Upper Valley.
If it's not there, it's in the pile to be filed.
Yeah,
Out of this rock, right?
no, that's this rock there. We got we've got promises out there that we've had for a couple of years, and we need to extend that.
Yeah, there's a couple spots down.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no.
I know that we were gonna talking about Lake Shore, are we gonna put some gravel?
But we decided that this wasn't gonna be about Lake Shore. That was gonna be a separate bid.
Separate one?
Yeah.
Okay,
That, when we talked about it that day, that's what we
Okay.
decided.
This is just our county roads that we're
Okay.
trying to get caught. We'll never, get up.
Is there closer gravel than Benson, or is it the ones for?
Well, like Doug, I mean, you can't be any closer than that to go to Rockridge.
Right.
He's right over
So-
there.
Yeah, I mean for Lakeshore. Cause you could use that bid for Lakeshore too, I mean, if you want to go above them.
is that out here?
Doug Benson.
Oh, Benson, we didn't get one from,
He was here too. He was in here this morning.
he was?
In Blaine, and kind of. Late one of them was still on.
Yeah, you could go up to
So he was in this morning?
He was in it,
Oh.
in some license plates.
Oh,
Yes, it is, but it is, I mean, this is the way it's just gonna be broke down, and
Yeah.
when we get to this spot, we gotta look at the mileage and how far we're going from here to there. You know, we're just gonna have to break it up to save money on the truck and, you know, to do it ourselves.
so
And
then,
they've gotta be able to bill so to get their crushing, you know? And that's how we've always did it before.
so this, this was 12, right? Cause this added up to 12 and then we put a bid out for 15. So we
Got
got
it for
extra,
50.
yeah,
Yeah, up to 15. Cause then we get on some of them roads where we wanna extend them where we're out.
Yeah.
It takes a little more than we know, and then when we get there, then we can go ahead and get.
Like Donkelberg, for example. We put a load here and a load there for ever. And
Amanda, do you wanna make a couple copies of these?
But now you got that price, you could,
Please.
if you wanted to buy more, you could see if they agree with that price.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I guess, go ahead and accept the bid you got, so then we can, once then we'll put it back on, once we get better weather and start seeing where we're gonna go and make a choice on where we're going, what we're gonna use.
So you're accepting all the bids?
I think we should, because then once it breaks it down, once you get up here, you say up here and we had to go up there, we definitely, instead of bringing it all the way to Drummond or to Henderson, we're just gonna have to break the county up by three districts, really.
So
But they're gonna wanna know what is accepted, like. Say Henderson Creek, for example, are out there gonna start crushing. Are they crushing 5,000 yards, 15,000 yards, what are they crushing? They gotta know I can't wait till summer and then,
Yeah,
Would a couple weeks be, I mean, a few weeks be okay, or they need to know today?
oh,
Yeah.
whatever works for you
So-
guys, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
they've gotta know.
Oh,
Your motion
yeah, I
could-
know that.
Yeah.
Most could be accept all of them, but the percentages will be based upon what your actual usage in that area of the county. I'd do that.
Yeah. And then we'll have to do the trucking separate, right?
Yeah, all right, yeah, I do a separate motion.
the trucking, we only have one bid, so we can do that today, right?
Yeah. I do the motion on the gravel that you're accepting all three bids, but the amount will be determined by what usage in that area.
So the amount would be. How would you say that geographically,
Yeah, in the geographic area of the county,
with the geographic where the gravel is?
yeah. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Cause it says lowest reasonable bid and it's, yeah, that depends on where it's at and where you're needing it for to be the lowest reasonable bid.
So the majority, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Brewster Creek would probably be upward,
7,
wouldn't it? Which go out through Willow Creek or on the other side?
Oh, you can't get through.
It's down
You gotta
the
go to
other
the drum.
side.
It's on the other side, it's not
Yeah.
more, okay,
It's down past the hogback all the way down to, yeah,
right.
it's better to come through the others.
I thought that was Forest Service all the way to the county road on that side of Brewster. On the,
No, we take,
Yeah.
we got I don't know, mile and a half or
Yeah.
2 miles up to it,
Yeah.
it gets closed, you know.
Right where it gets bad.
Yeah, we start climbing that steep.
Yeah.
So I'd entertain that motion.
Well, I still have questions. I'm just thinking, they bid on 15, right? They all bid on the 15, so if there's only 2,000 up here, can they still do it at that price?
So it said up to, so I think they agreed to that price because we put that
Oh,
language.
it's
That-
up
that's-
to, up
yeah.
to.
Yeah, it said up to,
Yeah, it's
so
in
I'm glad we
there.
did that.
That,
language.
that's what I just
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
understand, because,
So you can take any
Per
percentage of
yard.
that.
yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely not an equal.
No. It's up
Yeah.
to, is what we,
And
that's what
it-
you and I
okay.
made that.
What it does is it's the most cost savings of the county, basically, and the statute says lowest reasonable bid, so lowest reasonable bid would be what best, best for the county, dollar one.
Not like you say, when it comes time for. Just for a number, say you're gonna put 5,000 yards down on, the lake. Like we got those bids and in 348, the closest pit. The closest accepted pit, well, then that would be where that material would come from the lake on a separate. Hey, we'll take 5,000 yards from here, 3,000. You know, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you could use that bid if you're getting extra for Lake Shore.
Rather than rebid.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to. Unless you're exceeding the 15,000 for that, first, I don't think that's not gonna happen. But if you're selling more, they're not gonna complain, they're buying more.
No, I mean, all you gotta simply see is, hey, is your, whatever price, is that good for, can we get another 5,000 yards from it? If they say, wow, we'd like to rebid that, then rebid it. If they say, yeah, why wouldn't they say, yeah? You know?
Yeah, I think if it's up to 15 with that entity, then they should have bound by layer.
Right.
Okay,
I'll motion to accept all the bids for gravel. Until we come up with percentages to get back to them. For geographical areas.
Yeah, once there's snow and stuff, please, and we start see what the roads we can do.
You'll buy to the percentage of the each geographical area it needs.
And I think we should probably get back to it within 2 weeks anyways. For amounts.
well, are these the amounts? So
Well,
we
that's
know.
just a ballpark, I mean. You know how it is, you start working on them,
Yeah.
and just like Scott said a minute ago. We've quit so many times doing a road, and then we need that extra 800 yards, we need to be able to take it.
You could say up to 15,000 yards in your motion.
Up to.
Yeah,
Okay.
up to 15,000.
So then why would the percentage have to come? Because,
So if you're needing like, 60% Lower Valley, just throwing out numbers,
well, it's more like 80%
yeah,
is
okay,
coming
yeah,
from.
20, yeah, to 20 and 20, just based on where you need it, then you decide that at a later time, so that motion gives you that flexibility.
So they're not gonna get, Weaver will get probably 80%, right? Is that-
Depends on once we start down there, once some of these others break out, you know, like Henderson, we got some stuff that we gotta finish, and we did, and then up here, there is roads we need. You know, it's just gonna be hit and miss and see what we can do, and
Okay,
trying to get caught up on something where we've gone 3/4 away and we've never finished.
Yeah.
You could,
Like you're on Henderson Road, for Christ's sake, you're gonna use Henderson's pit.
Yeah.
so down the road, you decide you wanna do more at Lake Shore, then you have that on your agenda, and I believe use the same bid.
okay, second.
Other comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You know, accept the bid for Grady truck.
Right, motion to accept the Grady trucking bid for trucking.
That was truck and trailer was 100
18 yards at a
145.
5 an hour,
low.
145 an hour. What were you saying?
I just, it's too late now. If we could put on the agenda next week to figure out when we were gonna placing the ad in the paper to hire another guy.
Yeah, we're working on it. We got a couple things that we're gonna bring it up there at the end there. I was just gonna bring it up.
Oh, I got. Thanks.
Thanks.
I don't know if that was seconded, was it?
Blanche did.
Oh, she
Yeah,
did?
we
Okay.
Very quietly.
All right. All right, my hearing aids.
All in favor?
Aye.
That was on Granny. We did all in favor of the gravel.
We'll have to do some tweaking.
Yeah, thank you.
No, we got about 15 minutes here. to get this stuff ready.
The letter would say something like. Bid was accepted, awarded. Specific yardage will be determined by the county's need and your geographical area, which will be determined in the next 2 weeks, then we'll get back.
Okay.
That was a
Yeah.
long motion.
Yeah.
Convoluted you got there.
I was getting confused by, I was halfway through it. But yeah, I know, give us time to kind of break through this and just kind of at least be able to give each bit a rough ballpark of where we have to be for yardage from them. Let's see, like from the lower, like even, you know, between Weaver Terry out there, I mean, like, a lot of this, I mean, they're pretty close, so it's like how we have, you know,
I think that's just where we're gonna have to really look at the roads and figure out,
which,
you know, maybe just start saying like, just say from Ramon Road this way. Will come from Terrio.
right,
From that, from, you know,
from Maxwell this way or from here up.
Yeah, that would be a little bit more fair, because that's still lower, right?
From Ballin all the way down would be Weaver.
So then how would that work? They would get an estimate and say, okay, we need,
what's gonna.
oh, okay, so you look at the roads.
Yeah, let's look at there and then say, well, maybe we can get 7,000 dollars from Bob Weaver for it.
And this Rock Creek was the upper Rock Creek, you said, right?
Yep.
Right here, you know, they had lower Rock Creek, which two different lowers,
The lower rock would be that.
most that's paved down there.
Sawmill.
Yeah,
So this one would be upper,
yeah, that'd just be like from the Gillis Bridge down there.
okay,
That part, like through Stony and all that.
Some of that, like how the managers there, we never finished that out, we got.
Yeah.
Well, we ran out of money and.
so it's actually like easy enough if you guys figure out which ones would be the carryover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Dunkelberg, Mullen Road.
Yeah, what roads, then you would
Give them that and what we think we're gonna
to say we
get.
need.
What's your roads?
Gillespie, that's Beaver Tail, south side of it.
Oh,
But it goes right into a Forest Service road, there's, we got, you know, and I heard they were gonna work on that, so we need to talk to.
that's low, isn't it? Yeah.
See what they're actually gonna do and. We get a lot of riprap off that hill there, at springtime, it's always sliding down, we go down, bring it out back, so put it somewhere.
And
That's on my road there.
Elk Creek, is that the one up at the end of East Fork?
Yeah, up over, yeah.
The upper part of East Fork.
There's some of these that just have to get hit, it's, you know.
Right.
We get what we can, try to move it out through the hole, but you know, there's gonna be. Just wanna finish out some of these that we started, like on Dunkelberg, we're gonna widen that road out. We gotta talk to a couple landowners up there and see about getting. Spots where we're gonna, what we're gonna dig out, maybe we can dump down there, so we're not. They got some old spots there, probably fill in some big holes.
Yeah, and then, like I said, we got extra 3,000 yards.
Yeah.
We got the money to do it, and then we can still hit some other spots that aren't on here.
I think he's gonna have to really look once this snow stuff breaks and just say, well, no, we're gonna start on this road, I know weather's permitting, but we just gotta get it broke down in each category or each spot that we're gonna work one up. With the weather and now you're gonna jump down a little bit. It's just,
Yeah.
it's the way it's gonna
What do you want to put on the agenda next? Do we have to go on agenda for the percentages, Blaine?
Yeah, I would. So you can, I mean, yeah.
I'd give them 2 weeks though, cause you know, we're gonna have, this weather's gonna have, so we can even get up some of that air though, so you're not, you can't even tell yet, there's still snow. So,
But we can give them a minimum, right? If we just go off the ballpark here, but this is the minimum anyways.
yeah, we can put it on next
They
week.
can start, right?
Maybe put it on when Paul comes in and just say, well, we're gonna go with this is just an estimate, we're not guaranteeing, but this is what our thoughts are.
Yeah, just so they have an idea.
Ice and snow.
If they start crushing and.
I mean, they didn't just us, I mean, they're gonna be crushing a bunch. They, you know,
Oh, yeah, they crush every year anyway, so.
I mean, it's kinda nice to know for them, but I mean, they're gonna be crushing, I heard a lot of work gonna start, so.
Yeah, it's springtime, all gravel, it's crushing.
That's funny, yeah, it's funny we never done it with my friend.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mhm, kind of, yeah.
He's probably still here.
No, that's what's wishing next week.
We do make sure and put on the agenda so we don't forget that, talking about taking plans, the tour.
Oh, yes.
some of the- That was,
Acclimated to county road.
Yes.
forgot to.
My,
We're talking about county roads.
and I'd rather he commit than me commit, cause then he can plan
Yeah, especially, you know, back.
and tell me
there,
when, and I'll be there.
And just take that little book with you and then you
Yeah.
can write down, that, you know, you might not know the name of the road, but you'll know somebody that lives there, I mean, you can just dig, that's what I do a lot, cause they change the names on all these roads now. You know, down there, and it's like, well, isn't that?
So would that be kind of a small one, like that would be a good one?
That or that book? That. You had all them books, you know, there was a big box of them, you can wait for them.
Oh, is that what Mapping did,
I think you have one in your drawer. I know, I was.
get out of my drawer.
You're trespassing,
Okay, I
you
know
got
what
the
you're
sheriff.
talking I kind of know what
I
you're
want
talking
to
about.
go into, and then you can write on there the name of somebody that you know, because that's what
Yeah.
that way you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay,
Yeah, these estimates are only 12,200 yards. Yeah, the ballpark estimates, and that's still gonna give us plenty of gravel to play with if we go to 15.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out, like, looking at a couple more of these, you know, just like that Moon Road one, we definitely need to tell, we did that whole big culvert system, and need to put gravel on that.
That going west?
Yeah. And then that south there, mouth, there's so many spots of asphalt, and, you know, I don't know, need to really look at it a little better on that one. And Masons, I know we got some bad spots. A lot of these we're just gonna have, you know, like Mulkey, we can wait on that one, I mean, we'll probably blade it, it's a non-maintained road, but we're washed out, it's a county road. So we'll probably just hit it with a blade for this year and widen it a little bit, maybe with one road or something,
Yeah.
put some 3 inch or something in that one.
Base.
Get stuff like that, all we're gonna sit down with this next week, and just have over each one, and just,
Well,
I'll give him heads up so he can go look at
Yeah.
these.
well, like some of these roads too, I can go look at as well and.
Yeah.
May come, I mean, I've done it long enough too to figure out roughly
You look at my
how much
road.
gravel. Well, yeah, I mean, there's Lane and Upper Rock Creek and Elk Creek. Those only three that are
I'll
up
give you this back so I don't lose it or you don't take it again.
I'll file it,
there.
put it where it belongs.
Yeah, not behind me, no, it's, yeah.
Nope. I'm cleaning.
All right, we're a few minutes early, but we'll go ahead in the updating the community wildfire plan for Granite County discussion decision. Who wants to come up and be in charge?
I suppose I can't with you. Yeah, thank you. Jackie's on this, and she.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be, because she's on vacation.
Yeah.
Waiting for
She in
the
South
county.
Dakota on vacation?
Would you state your name and stuff?
My name is Jake Lee. I'm the Anaconda Service Forester for the area, and I'm joined with Sheriff Scott, and Craig Hansen, and Marcus Walker. And we're here to talk to you today about updating the community wildfire protection plan. I've brought some examples and some important documents.
Miranda, can you put that on toggle?
Yeah.
There. So, see your pretty face.
You betcha.
And Jackie Bolster, I forgot again.
Can you hear us, Jackie?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Excellent. So I have brought some fun documents with us. I have a little booklet for some FAQ stuff. I have an example of a recently done community wildfire protection plan from Powell County. I have an example of some of the bids from the engineering companies. And I have the draft that Ms. Bolster, Valerie, and Scott and I have been working on for the county. Granite County has not had an updated community wildfire protection plan since 2005. And what these plans do is identify areas of concern within your county and sort of create an outline for a plan for a coordinated effort on how we can identify and address any wildfires that happen within Granite County that need to be addressed because no one wants their houses to burn down, correct? Montana has seen a lot of growth since 2005. Obviously, there are new subdivisions going in from Arrowstone to Marshall Creek to Rattler Gulch to Whiskey something or another. Whiskey Flats.
Something or other.
Sorry, I was trying to memorize. And
You got the important part.
you know, a lot of these places are folks that are not from here, that might be from the east, such as myself, that don't understand some of the dangers of wildfire in this community and how just awful it can be. And I'm sure, you know, many of us, including Sheriff Scott over here, have driven up Arrowstone and have seen just how much regen and stuff there is that could totally blow through there and, you know, hurt a lot of people potentially, or even up here behind Phillipsburg. I do believe that this is a very important thing that needs to be done. The structure of this grant is it is a reimbursement grant. I will be upfront about that, but there is no match. Meaning that so long as we can put the money up front, the money will then be paid back once all of the work is done, and no money will end up coming out of the county's pocket by the end. You're gonna protect a lot of people, kind of bring together some of these kind of disparate, disconnected volunteer fire department groups that can really use more of a central structure. And I'm sure, as my colleagues can attest, create more pointed effort to make sure that no one's getting hurt, that the county doesn't lose any kind of, lose any kind of assets or anything like that, and make sure everyone's happy, healthy, and doing a good job. And the grant will cover between $50,000 to $100,000. And if you don't spend all of that money, I'm sure that we could figure out some other project to go along with that. Something else of note that we wanted to bring up is right now Granite County does not have a fire warden.
How what?
Fire warden.
Fire warden.
Well, I
Is this
thought it was
grant
Sean
we fill out?
O'Connor.
Do we have to do this grant? We have to fill it?
So if you flip to,
Whoa, just a second. Whoa, I thought Sean O'Connor was a fire warden.
It is. Is it Sean O'Connor? Because I'm not sure. I know if we have like an arson case, for example, we call the state fire marshal use for investigator. But
I know he's,
O'Connor might think he's the fire warden for just Valley Fire District. I don't know.
We'll check in on that.
yeah, but regardless, it seems like there is not a clear communication as to who that might be, and this could help identify that. And, you know, even if it's just you guys going out and saying like, oh, it is in fact this person, having it in writing somewhere is also very beneficial. Yeah, and so this is a reimbursement grant. It covers $50,000 to $100,000. No money will come out of your pocket. I'd really love to see Granite County get one of these again. It opens you up to a ton of money from the state and the feds to get more work done the county can implement. There are also two other grants that, you know, I will just mention to you guys. I won't push them quite as hard. There's the community rural fire growth grant, which is used to bolster just rural fire response and, departments. And there's also the county, forestry management grant. So if you remember, I came to you guys back in December, and spoke to you about that piece of land up on Georgetown Lake. I'm sure that the county owns more land than that. So if you wanted to do more forest management with that money, that is also something we could apply to. Let's get to your question, Blanche. You were asking if you had to fill anything with that out. We've been working on it together with Jackie and Valerie. So really, all this needs is your stamp of approval. That's sort of my pitch, unless you guys would like to add anything else. Questions?
One question on the grant for the fire districts. Would that be for equipment or more for like planning?
It could be for equipment. I believe that one is $3,000 to $8,000. And if you go to grants.dnrc.mt.gov, you can see a whole list of what the county can apply to.
Okay.
If I could just add, really quick, sorry, Scott, this is something I'm pretty passionate about because some of the areas he mentioned, we've evacuated Rumsley, Moose Lake, Rock Creek, and Marshall Creek subdivision since this plan's been done. So these areas, this is a pretty important deal that we try to get accomplished, I think, because from a public safety perspective, it's something, not just to have a plan, but have people mitigating their homes out in these areas, because if they don't, they're gonna burn. So that's just, we've done a lot of evacuating since this plan, since '05 in these areas.
I just hit the page here, I just kind of looking through. When they say a tax description, they want like $15,000 for mapping. Yeah, why couldn't we use our own maps and pay for that 15,000 or something else? Seeing where we got our mapping in.
And that's something that you certainly could discuss with the engineering firms. This was just an example.
Okay,
No, it's a good question.
Isn't that map, doesn't it show the areas that are more likely to burn versus others?
It will. So in the Powell County one, to Blanche, to answer your question, this was one that was done last year. And if you flip through it, there are quite a few number of maps where it will highlight and show areas of priority, places with more regen density and stuff like that, and sort of target areas.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I see, no, I just.
What we have doesn't have any of that.
No, it's just pretty much showing the address. I just.
What's the chances of the county getting the money back if they put it up?
He gets hammered.
It is a reimbursement grant, so you will get all of the money back once, like, everything's signed off and says, okay, we're good to go, it's finalized. You will receive.
You, then we pay you the $100,000.
No, so what will happen is you will apply for this grant, and I don't want to say you will, but there's a very good shot that you get this money because you haven't had one done since 2005. And then we'll go and we'll put out bids to different engineering companies where we'll say, okay, we want X, Y, and Z done or whatever. And then we'll select a bid. We can go back and forth about GIS stuff and whatever else you guys feel like we need to address. And then once you pay them, what will happen is that CWPP will get made. And then we'll be like, whoever is on the list of folks to sign off on it, will sign off on it and say like, yep. And once we have all those signatures, I will then submit that to the state. The state will say, okay, looks good. We trust Jake or whoever, Craig, whatever. And then that money will then be sent to the county treasury. Whatever word you want to use.
So you don't have to commit to budgeting it and putting in the money, but you don't have to expend that until you get the grant and then reimburse, correct? Or
yes, so someone will submit a bid for, let's say, $50,000. The county will then pay the engineering firm $50,000. They will create the CWPP. We'll sign off on it. We'll submit the CWPP to the state. The state will say, looks great, and they will give the county back the $50,000.
What's the time frame on this? Are we looking at like a year,
Typically,
5 years or?
About a year to 2 years. Well, the deadline for applying for the grant is April 24th. To get the CWPP written will take about a year to 2 years, because they are going to be sourcing from volunteer fire departments, the people such as yourselves, locals,
Right.
the sheriff's department, the coroner's department, state fire investigator, et cetera, et cetera.
We'll just have to figure out, I think, like if we're gonna be out 100 grand for 2 years, we're gonna have to budget that for 2
Yeah.
years.
But. Yeah, good point.
Or you know what I
And-
mean?
Yeah,
And I have heard it done at least with other grants that I've handled, where you could ask them to sort of invoice you like for each piece that they get done. So we could ease that financial burden on the county and make sure that you're not ponying up,
Yeah. Yeah,
I think that,
$100,000 at once.
I think that's
Yeah.
way better that route. And you'll do all the grant writing and everything, and we just gotta give you the money?
Essentially, you're saying to improve it. A good portion of it has been done, and everything, Scott helped me out.
Herb Slade is full, Jackie's is full.
it sounds like Jackie and the sheriff helping,
Yes.
so we got a team.
Yeah, we have written a very
Yeah.
large portion of it. I can't thank Scott and Valerie enough, and Jackie. Yeah, I'd really like to see this done. I really hope you guys are on board with this. I think it would be very beneficial to the county, not just in the short term, but in the long term. There's a lot more money we can get you guys if we haven't updated one of these. So, yeah.
So we didn't even have these subdivisions allowed.
Hmm.
Do you have a comment,
Maybe Marshall
Jackie?
Creek just getting started.
camera on.
Yeah, put your camera on. I don't know if her hand is waving or if it's below there.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. When did I ever read?
I don't think so.
We don't see ya.
Because I can't find it.
Anybody else got any comments while she's trying to get that?
Yeah, please, whatever questions you have,
So we did this in 2005.
2005.
I'm kind of ding, 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 kind of remembering it because we had the DNRC fund. I remember, and was it the same kind of thing where we,
Yes.
everything was reimbursed, we're reimbursed for it, okay?
The commission considered getting a grant a few years ago, but I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, it's good. I think it's great.
Yeah, and there is a CWPP done for just the city of Phillipsburg, but obviously Granite County is a lot bigger than just Phillipsburg. There's, Drummond, all these subdivisions,
Yeah.
all Maxwell.
Okay, so one question, is this kind of a guaranteed grant or could we be,
I do not want to promise anything. I would say that your odds are extremely good of getting this grant if we are allowed to submit this. proposal.
You just won't have, you don't have expense if you, so, I mean, you should go ahead and do this anyway,
Yeah.
but, if you don't get the grant, then you don't have to move forward. Other than you need a plan, so you should, so.
And if you're concerned about any lift with actually writing the CWPP, the engineering firm will do most of it. It's just they are going to ask for community input for this, which I think is extremely valuable. Obviously, you guys know this area.
Go ahead, Jackie, we can see you now.
Well, thanks. Jacob, I have one question. Is there quarterly reports that need to be submitted? And then could a payment be submitted on a quarterly basis with that report?
I believe that that is something that we could do. I will have to talk to my grants manager about that, but similar things have been done in the past for different grants to the DNRC.
So then is there like a quarterly report that needs to be submitted of where we are at, what's been done?
That will probably be done by the engineering firm, not by the county.
Isn't that when you look through it?
Great, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Jackie, can you still hear?
Yeah.
There's a couple things that we worked on that I want to add to this before you and Jake. A couple different areas and then a couple of mistakes on what we worked on together. Okay.
Yeah, you and Val did a fantastic job on putting this together, so thank you for doing that.
So. It's been a really great turnaround time, and there's a lot of folks from other counties that want to help out with this. So especially some of the folks in Powell County are definitely there to be a resource.
Yeah, I reached out to their planning person.
Any other comments? Then I just go ahead and entertain it, because it's a discussion decision, go ahead and entertain a motion for updating the community wildfire protection plan, CWPP for Granite County.
So it'd be approving the grant application, would be the motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the grant application to update the community wildlife protection plan.
I'll second the motion.
Public comment? None, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. If you guys want to keep those by all means.
No, do you want that?
Get a letter.
I might ask for the Powell
Yeah, go
County
ahead.
one back. If you
I have one of those.
Okay. And if you ever want to reach any others, you can just Google county, CWPP, every single plan.
Okay, great. All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Yeah, all right, we're working on it.
So we figured out, you know, what I want to choose out.
They want to Scott, any of that over there, George Johnson was saying.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Brenda, I just asked him about getting a letter from the DNRC,
Yeah.
and if you could give him that stuff with that.
Yeah.
I found it was like the middle for.
That one. That was the land.
That's
It
okay.
was, they just looked.
Yeah, hard copy or
And-
email it or?
It
Yeah.
was-
Can you write down your email for me?
Southwest town here.
I brought back in the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, I'm like, I hope he's able to do that right now.
After I send this to Jackie, my squirrel. So,
Yeah, thanks for all your help, Scott. That was serious.
yeah.
And who you working for?
I don't believe we've met. I don't
Like
believe
Brad, county attorney.
Yeah,
Here when you gave the presentation on
Yes.
the,
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
We're trying to get something, we becoming ready to pretty bad, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, man.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
You guys have a good rest of your day. Take care, guys.
See ya. We're against that, yeah, she is.
I was against it, you know, the last time, but after reading it, it brought a lot better than just telling her, you know, now. It's what they're trying to do.
Thank you.
I talked to Jackie about it and stuff, and.
Guys have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Well, on that note, I guess we can adjourn.
So are we good with our road thing? Are we pretty much done with that?
I
We
think,
made the corrections and stuff?
I think we need to get that in the paper, and then once we get somebody applying, and when they come in, I mean, we can still keep working on what we're gonna give them once we.
Don't you want it sent to the road crew to?
Don't we want to make sure everything goes out to the road crew?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just.
He's talking about hiring, you're talking about training.
Yeah, I'm talking about,
Yeah, he just took the rest, I thought you seen it, she gave him the rest of the stuff. It's
I
all-
need to send him the new stuff. He has the old PPE policy, but I need to send him.
so
what
did
we-
you kind of compile it where it looks like a nice little book?
Yes.
We're done with it. Is that it?
Just a revised one.
That's old.
Miranda and I were looking at it. and-
We don't have the revised
Yeah.
one yet, is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
So
he
you
doesn't
want it,
have that yet.
given to the employees as the next step to look at?
I think
Oh,
so.
that's right.
To edit or add.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then I think we should just go ahead, we're gonna have 2 weeks in the paper anyway, I'd get something in the paper right now, and then once we should be getting really close, and then when we have an interview, and then we're gonna have to show them this is.
Right,
this is
policy.
the-
Its position is a mechanic operator or just operator?
Operator, mechanic, cause we ask them the mechanics on stuff, I mean, they don't have to be certified mechanic, but they can change
I think
oil.
I have to look at the job description, I think it probably says operator mechanic.
It does,
Yeah.
but that way then they can change tires and do that stuff,
Yeah.
otherwise if they want just an operator, so you gotta.
Yeah.
Would it be operator, truck driver, mechanic?
I think I believe the job description just says mechanic operator, we'll have to work with them. Cause they include it all.
But I think we should get it in the paper so we can start moving ahead, because it's gonna be time to start doing some filling holes.
Try to get it in Thursday is what you're saying?
Yeah. And then once we keep working on the other part of it, getting everything lined out, what the class, you know, what their experience is and what they want.
It might take a while for someone to even apply.
That's the way usually.
Billy should have a template, but I'll help you.
Okay.
I think Billy's here too.
Is she? All right.
I seen her mom walk in earlier.
I've seen it.
Treasury
Yes,
office.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I think they went to treasury.
Trying to avoid Scott.
Billy Simon was waving at, that's why I waved at him.
Who was that?
Billy Simon.
I'm going.
But they were standing on the, he was up there waving like this, them guys are all looking at me like,
I know, I'm like, what are you doing?
who knows with me? I'll make we're adjourned for today. Good job, everybody. Got a lot done today.